him speak. But guys, we got another great couple. Background in personal training. You know, one of the things that I had Chris and Heidi film that we're going to be releasing shortly is a video where they talk to personal trainers. I think that this is a phenomenal market that we could break into with the body line. And here's the challenge that personal trainers have is they get 100% of the credit or the blame for the success of their clients, and they only get to spend an hour with them maybe 2 or 3 times a week. And so what Chris and Heidi are going to talk to personal trainers all across this world about is the ability to team up with them and let them coach them on the diet. Let them use the app. Let them create a residual income for even if the people don't show up for their personal training appointment, that they still get paid on that clientele. And so there's going to be a video coming out, and you're going to meet a personal trainer, Richard Bischoff, and his wife, Rebekah. Great, great folks. From, I think it's Myrtle Beach, the South Carolina, someplace on the East Coast. Is East Coast out here at all? Hey, guys, I want you to give it up for ambassador leaders, Richard and Rebekah Bischoff.
Thank you very much. We are excited to be here. And, you know, this is the first time I get to share the stage with my beautiful wife, Rebekah Bischoff. So I'm going to turn it over to her and let her talk for a minute, and then I'll get to the points that BK asked us to speak on.
Well, what an awesome blessing to be here with all of you. I missed the last 2 conventions. 2 years ago, I was having our first child. And last year, I was in the hospital trying not to have our second while Richard was here. But what phenomenal growth there has been in the company, in our team, in the convention. Wow, I keep telling Richard what a difference it is. It's so huge. It's so exciting. And we're just so blessed to have this opportunity and for me to be able to be home with my kids, to be a stay-at-home mom because of Vemma. And I'm so proud of him. And I'm so proud of our team that's here. And I'm just look forward to phenomenal growth. So I'll turn it over to Richard.
Awesome, thank you. First time ever speaking in front of 10,000 people. Let's give it a round of applause.
Thanks.
So when BK talked to the ambassadors to pick, you know, 1 or 2 topics that really helped you reach that level of success, it's kind of hard to do because we all know that it's multiple little things. So he said pick something. And I like what Dr. Oz said. He said it's not just about success, it's about significance. And I was raised in a household with a family that was really big on significance. My dad always, you know, is a successful person, but he said, I don't care how much money you make. The only thing I care about is that you grow up a godly man and make a difference in the world. And so I was raised very grounded, but at the same time, we were told to do whatever we do with excellence. Whatever you do it to the best of your ability. Do it as you're doing it for God. So with that, I applied that to things I did, whether it was sports or college or whatever it was. And I applied that to the Vemma business. And one of the things that I think, if I was to give you a tip, one of the most important things would be attractive. Be that person that you want to attract into the business. You know, anybody that has heard Darren Hardy, especially last year, he talked about the greatest networker ever in history would be a guy 2,000 years ago that simply went up to 12 people and said, follow me. He didn't have to explain anything. He didn't have to do anything. It's because who he was that people followed. And I think that if you want to be successful in network marketing, which is really an attraction business, you know, you want people to do what you're doing and attract them into the opportunity or to take the products, that you need to be attractive. And like Jeb Buenalou said the other day when he was speaking, he said, if you want to attract that ace, you first have to become the ace. And so that comes down to personal development. That comes down to, you know, just really trying to get better each and every day. If you're not practicing your story, if you're not practicing presentations, if you're not doing 3-way calls, and you're just expecting everybody else to do it for them, then you're not going to get better. Practice, you know, doesn't make perfect, but they say it makes permanent. You get better each and every time you do it. So that would be one tip, is to be attractive. Another one that I'll share my story. story on this is that, I got plateaued in the business. I got plateaued at executive for 2.5 years. And there were times that I didn't think that I could do this. And it got to the point where I even had a conversation with Tom. I think me and Jeffrey Jensen both had a conversation with Tom. And we were like, we just don't know if we could do this. We see Alex and Jed and a lot of these other guys growing so fast. And we don't want to get left behind. And Tom simply said, is that it's not a pie chart of success. And if they have this much, you can only have this much. He said, there's an unlimited amount of success out there that anybody can have. You just have to be willing to go get it. And for that time that I was stuck at executive, the reason I was stuck there is because I was playing the blame game. My downline's not doing anything. I'm not enrolled by Brad Alcazan or whatever the reason is. So another bit of advice is don't lose focusing on other people's success. You can focus on other people's success in the sense that you want to do what they do, but don't lose focus there. And don't play the blame game. Become the ace. You personally develop yourself into the person that you want to attract. And when I did that, when I changed my mentality and I started doing personal development and I started, not being jealous of people, but learning from them and duplicating them and using them as inspiration and teaming up with great uplines like David Graham, Billy McSwain, Ronnie Felds, J.D. Phillips, and Tom Alcazan, and then duplicating that into my downline with such amazing leaders like Jeffrey Jensen, Jason Jensen, Ian Lenhart, and the whole East Coast. And I just can't thank my team enough. You guys are the greatest. We really appreciate you. That's our time. We love you. Have a great day.
Great job, guys. Give it up for Richard and Rebekah.